At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Have you ever picked up an old antique, maybe a piece of furniture or just a trinket, and felt that immediate buzz, that sense of its hidden life?
Like it holds stories.
Exactly. The stories it could tell, the secrets, But what if those secrets aren't just forgotten memories, but something truly sinister, maybe even dangerous?
Well, that's precisely what we're diving into today.
Yeah, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, a really chilling first-person account. It details this terrifying journey with a deeply disturbing antique.
That's right. Our source material for this is fascinating. It's a YouTube transcript called Echoes of the Past. And what's key here is it's a singular, raw narrative, almost like a confession, really.
So straight from the source.
Directly from the individual who lived it. You get this deeply personal journey into the uncanny with no outside filter, just their raw experience.
Okay. So our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack the unsettling details in this story. We want to explore not just the strange events, but also the psychological side, the narrator's unraveling, and frankly, the potentially devastating consequences when curiosity goes unchecked.
It's a cautionary tale in many ways.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So, to set the scene, we first meet our narrator. They're described as quite reclusive, someone with a deep fondness for antiques, the unusual.
Right.
They live in this modest Victorian house, sort of on the outskirts of Aurora, which is painted as a quiet Midwestern town. And what's clear right away is their comfort level. They're more at ease with, quote, dusty tomes than with people.
That really hints at their isolation from the start, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It almost feels like it pre-adapts them for what's coming, like they're already living slightly apart from the everyday world.
Yeah, perfectly poised for something strange, maybe. And this interest in oddities, it leads them to an estate sale.
Yeah.
But not just any estate sale.
No, this was at the long-abandoned Mallister residence.
And this place has a reputation, steeped in local legend, known for, well, the transcript calls it a truly gruesome, unspeakable demise of the family who lived there.
Right. Heavy stuff already.
So our narrator describes going into this decaying manor with unsteady hands and a distinct premonition. It just sets this really foreboding tone right from the outset.
And the description of the inside.
Yeah.
Wow. The Mallister Manor is called a labyrinth of shadows and decay.
It's not just description, is it? It feels like it's creating the perfect atmosphere.
Exactly. It's almost a character itself, this breeding ground for something malevolent. You can picture the dust motes danced in the slivers of light coming through broken windows. You hear the groaning hardwood floors.
Yeah.
And as the narrator wanders through, they see these poignant remnants of lives interrupted. A moth-eaten armchair, these gilded frames concealing forgotten faces, even a grand piano, its keys yellowed and silent, just echoes of loss.
But then they find it, the centerpiece, the source of everything that follows, the mirror.
Found in a dim corner, apparently cloaked beneath a tattered velvet cloth.
Almost hidden. And despite its surface being silvered but marred by age, it still had this pull.
An allure.
But the truly disturbing part is the frame. It's described with grotesque figures entangled in vines, these twisted naked forms as if wrenched from a nightmare. Just awful imagery.
Yeah, really unsettling.
And the narrator feels this immediate, powerful need to buy it. They describe it as electric anticipation laced with dread. Now, that's not just curiosity, is it? That sounds like something more.
Oh, far more. It's like a hypnotic attraction. It really hints that the mirror might have had an active influence right from the very start.
Like it was choosing them.
Kind of, yeah. That mix of anticipation and dread, it suggests they maybe intuitively knew this object was significant and possibly dangerous. It's like the setup for a parasitic relationship almost. The object isn't just found, it finds its owner.
So after the mirror gets to the narrator's home, things start to change. Almost immediately, but subtly.
Right, the initial phase.
Just, fleeting shadows in the corners of my eye, or strange flickers of movement when they walk past. Things you could easily dismiss.
Easy to rationalize away at first.
But even those small things, they start to chip away at your sense of reality, don't they? That little seed of doubt.
Absolutely. And what's particularly interesting and kind of chilling is that it wasn't just internal. The narrator mentions the townspeople.
Ah, right, the whispers.
Yeah, whispers about madness and entities lurking beyond the veil, all tied back to the Mallister family history. It makes you wonder, were they just echoing old fears, or was there something more? Did the narrator's experience somehow tap into or stir up this existing collective dread?
That external element makes it feel heavier, less like just one person's delusion.
It really does. It lends this other layer of disturbing possibility.
Then things escalate. The mirror's presence, described as a haunting embrace, intensifies dramatically.
This is a common pattern, isn't it? The shift from subtle hints to outright torment.
Yeah. The narrator starts hearing deformed syllables coiling around their mind. Sleep becomes impossible. And the visions, they're tormented by visions of figures clawing through the glass.
Oh, wow.
Their bony fingers stretching toward me, begging, pleading. It's not just seeing things. It's an internal siege. It's attacking their mind.
And what's fascinating here, in a grim way, is how the mirror seems to use the narrator's existing isolation. It feeds on it.
Like a parasite.
Exactly. As they pull away from people, their inner world gets more and more distorted. This actually mirrors, forgive the pun, real psychological patterns. Prolonged isolation can cause perceptual shifts, even trouble telling reality from delusion.
So the mirror is amplifying that vulnerability.
Precisely. It warped their perception. Their reflection became distorted until they barely recognized myself. And then that truly unnerving moment, seeing movement behind them in the reflection.
Even though the room was empty.
Completely empty. That's the turning point, isn't it? The mirror isn't just reflecting anymore. It's projecting. It's become this dynamic, manipulative thing.
And this next phase. This is where the mirror's real intention, its malevolence, becomes terrifyingly clear. It wasn't just a haunted object anymore, was it?
No, it felt active, predatory.
The narrator says it had begun to claim me, feeding off my isolation, my sanity unraveled like threads of an unwoven tapestry. This idea of an object feeding on someone's state of mind, how does that connect to other lore?
It's a recurring theme in stories of cursed objects and even in psychological manipulation. It's not just a passive container of bad energy. It's portrayed as something that actively draws on a person's weaknesses.
Like the isolation here.
Exactly. That isolation created the perfect environment for the mirror to amplify fears and just dismantle their grip on reality. And maybe the most chilling part, they start hearing names whispered.
Their friends' names. Harold, Anna, Jonah.
Yes. Whispered through the dark, and seeing their faces in the mirror looking haunted, begging me to heed them, to warn them of the fate they would inevitably face.
Oh, that's awful. It's like the mirror's widening its net. It's not just about the narrator anymore.
Precisely. It's spreading outwards.
And tragically, those visions, those warnings, they came true.
Yeah, this is where the story takes that truly sinister turn. The narrator's friends start suffering these inexplicable misfortunes.
It wasn't random bad luck.
Doesn't seem like it. Harold loses his job and is home to a fire, all very suddenly. Anna starts screaming about shadow stalking her, a terrifying echo of the narrator's own torment.
Suggesting some kind of shared psychic attack.
It certainly implies that. And then Jonah, who was apparently full of life, is found dead, drowned in a frozen lake, his eyes wide with unimaginable fear.
Just horrific. These aren't just coincidences. They feel like direct consequences.
They serve as this terrifying proof of the mirror's reach, confirming the narrator's worst fears.
And that realization just hits hard. The narrator understands the mirror had cast its paw over my life, spreading a creeping darkness that consumed everything I cared for.
Yeah.
It's confirmed. It's a curse, a conduit of despair. The thing they brought home is literally destroying their world, reaching out to hurt the people they love.
A devastating realization.
So, in this desperate state, trying to reclaim some sanity, maybe protect anyone left, the narrator starts researching, trying to find the mirror's origins.
Looking for answers, for a way to fight back.
Right. Trying to understand what they were actually dealing with.
And they find it. The history connects back, of course, to the Mallisters. It turns out the family had dabbled in the occult.
Ah, okay. That makes sense of the town's underlying fear.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the townspeople likely knew or suspected the dark history. This wasn't just any mirror. It was known. It was said to ensnare the souls of those who gazed into it, feeding on their despair.
That explains everything. The initial pull, the dread, the way it preyed on the narrator's isolation and then spread.
It ties it all together. It wasn't just reflecting, it was consuming.
And knowing this, knowing its nature, it leads to this climactic, unthinkable act, the decision to destroy the mirror.
A point of no return.
Yeah. And they choose the night of the bitterest blizzard for this confrontation. It feels fitting, doesn't it? Dramatic, isolated, perfect for a final desperate act.
It really underscores the terror and the resolve that must have built up.
So the shattering itself, how is that described?
Oh, it's intense. As the narrator approaches, the air thickened a palpable dread. And when the stone hits the glass, darkness spilled forth like smoke.
Like releasing something trapped.
Exactly, accompanied by a gust that knocked me breathless. The cold night air crackled with an otherworldly presence. The narrator felt like all the souls trapped within had found a way to vent their misery in that one moment.
Wow. Not just breaking glass, but breaking a dam of suffering.
A really powerful, terrifying image, the release of something ancient and horrifying.
But even after destroying it, the story doesn't end neatly, does it? The echoes remain.
No happy ending here. The narrator describes themselves now as, quote, a deranged old man in a decaying Victorian house.
Still haunted.
Still haunted by the echoes of the past, and the faces of his friends lost in the maze of my reflection. It's incredibly tragic, even for the survivor. The mirror might be physically gone, but its impact is permanent.
So what do we take away from this? What does it all mean?
Yeah.
This whole story feels like this profound warning from the narrator themselves. Some curiosities are best left undisturbed.
Definitely.
Even after the mirror was shattered, its influence lingered. The memories, like they say, linger like dust upon aged tomes, and shadows are still creeping into the corners of each day. It's just a stark reminder that some wounds, especially from the unknown, maybe never fully heal.
It really speaks to the immense power of the unknown, doesn't it? And the psychological weight of unchecked curiosity, particularly when it's combined with isolation.
Yeah.
The mirror wasn't just a passive object. It feels like it cunningly preyed on the narrator's vulnerabilities, and its influence spread, which highlights how our own deep struggles, if exploited, can have these devastating ripple effects on those around us.
A true cautionary tale about obsession, and maybe about listening to that initial feeling of dread.
Mm-hmm. And the unseen costs.
So, considering this really chilling account, it makes you think, what kind of echoes do our own curiosities and choices leave behind? Especially when we decide to venture into things that feel deeply unsettling or fundamentally unknown. What stands out to you from this tale of a shattered reflection?